morning. For this morning, I am going to be having some vegetables. I've got some onions and a little bit of olive oil, some zucchini. I've got some eggplant and a few little tiny peppers cut up, and I'm just going to add in a little paprika, some salt, and some pepper, and that's really to taste. Now I got this inspiration from George Stella. He did something like this and I thought it was really neat. Once everything's tender and kind of melded together, I added some fresh parsley, and I'm just going to kind of like mix that around with one tablespoon of good balsamic vinegar, and oh my goodness, does that change everything. And it's just a little bit, so it's not going to hurt too much. There's about 4 servings in here, and I'm having one with some eggs, poached eggs, and a little bit of John Soul's Food beef, a bubbly, and this is a lupini low-carb tortilla, which I will make soon. And then I'm walking after breakfast, and I'm going to check.
It is about a half an hour after eating breakfast, and I've walked, so I'm going to check my blood sugar and see where it's at right now, and then I'll probably check it in half an hour after that. Now I'm using the Care Touch. The Care Touch glucometer always seems to register 8 to 10 more than the freestyle, and I do prefer the freestyle because who doesn't want a lower number, but right now I'm out of these strips, so I'm using the Care Touch. Let's see where I'm at. 95, not bad actually. That's very, very good after breakfast, about half an hour. And those lupin tortillas are really great at keeping my blood sugar down.
All right, for lunch, I am having some spiralized zucchini with some ground beef and a little bit of Parmesan on top. I've got salt and pepper and garlic and onion powder. I'm having a couple of these keto clusters and some low-fat chocolate, hot chocolate for dessert after that. And I am walking, and I'm 107. A little bit later, and then I checked it a little bit later on, and I was up just a little bit, but nothing to worry about, so that's pretty good. For dinner, I had a spinach salad with some blue cheese, some blackberries, onions, little balsamic vinegar, and some rotisserie chicken bites from Sam's Club. And this is pretty good. I think I might have a few nuts on it, some sliced almonds probably. And this was really filling and full of fiber and protein. So this did the job just fine. And then, of course, I walked afterward about 20 minutes. Now, I'm going to make a mug muffin. These really come in handy. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of almond flour, a half teaspoon of baking powder, 1 egg, and 1 tablespoon of butter. I'm going to butter my my little glass dish with some olive oil. So I'm going to mix everything in here, and then add my egg in last, so that it doesn't cook in the hot butter. And you can see how it turns a little bit thick and kind of, batter-like. And I'm going to pour it in my greased little microwavable glass dish here. And I'm going to set it in for 90 seconds, and it comes out just like this. And what I can do is I cut it in half. I could use this for a hamburger bun, a sandwich. Sometimes it comes out with these crannies and sometimes it doesn't, but you can see it's really soft and it just feels like bread. Now, most of the time I can only get through half because it's small, but it's actually very filling because of the almond flour. It's very dense, and so it fills you up quite fast, but I'm going to try to give it a go here. I've got eggs and egg whites and cactus and some bacon and some berries, and that's what I'm having for breakfast. And I'm hoping to put maybe a teaspoon of this Skinny Girl jam on my bread, and it is very low in carbs, like 5, but you take away the 3 grams of fiber or so, and you're left with like 2 grams of carbs. And I actually ended up using very little bit of that, and I only ate half of the bread because, like I said, it's filling. All right, and then I checked my blood sugar about an hour and a half later. Lunchtime came around, and I had some low carb meatloaf with some of this sugar free Carolina Gold sauce and green beans that have a little butter cooked into them, and it was great. Now, I did have a little bit of this protein mix here. It's lactose free, but it is a protein powder. And I was afraid my blood would go up, but it didn't really. It was 108, and that's not bad. And dinner, I have another salad, really close to the salad I heard earlier. Just changed the berries, but balsamic vinegar, and I have chicken with that as well. And a low carb tortilla. It was really good. If you ever want to see what I look like after my progesterone kicks in, this is it. My eyes are sleepy and I'm very tired, but I'm still okay. All right, so what you don't see in there is at the end of the day, I'm still having here the 2 cups of Boom Chicka Pop at night, or a rice cake, and a chocolate rice cake with a little Cool Whip on it and some sugar-free chocolate chips, and probably a little almond milk. But as I said in another video, my shopping video, I am going to be changing that and just doing straight low carb all the way, and moving that and taking that out for a while. I feel like it's interrupting my progress, and I don't want it to do that. So I know that corn is a very high carb thing to have, and even though I use it for my progesterone to kind of like kick that in, it works really well with progesterone. Loves carbs, and it seems to activate it, and I use that to go, to get sleepy right before bed, and then that way I can sleep really well. One thing about lowering your A1C, which I'm trying to do now, is that you really do need to get a lot of sleep. You really have to get good sleep. If not, it really interrupts that whole process. So anyway, doing good. So far, so good. Just wanted to check in with you. Oh, and then also weigh in for this week. I am so sorry. I forgot about it. Forgot to tell you. I actually came down, what was it? I came down 0.4 or 0.6 this week, and I'm so glad, because I kind of went up a little bit after I gave blood, and I knew I lost like 1.4 by giving blood, so I thought, well, that's coming back for sure, and it did kind of come back, but now it's going down again. So I'm really glad it's starting to balance out, and maybe try to find the place where it's supposed to be. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that. So I feel like I'm on target, and I am just taking one day at a time. So there you go. I hope you had a wonderful day. How did your week go? Are you up? Are you down? How do you feel about that? Are you doing anything different? Let me know, and let me know if you're on a low carb journey as well. We'll talk more about it soon. I love you guys, and I will see you soon.